Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a secondhand book haul. So this video is actually probably going to be put into 3 parts because I have a lot of books to show you. I've been going a bit crazy with my secondhand buying, so let's just get started. I'm not going to give too much information away about these books because 1, I don't know that much about them, and 2, I don't want this video to be like 3 hours long. We're just going to dive right into it. Some of these books are books that I read as a child that I wanted to collect now, so just keep that in mind. And we're going to dive right in. So the first book that I'm going to show you, I'm very, very excited for. The film is absolutely amazing, and this author is very well known. I have been wanting this book for quite some time, and the cover is gorgeous, and that is Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. If you read this, please let me know if you liked it, because I'm very, very excited to read this one. The next one that I have to show you is Life After Theft by April Lynn Pike. This is a YA. I don't know very much about it, but I do know that April Lynn Pike is a very well-known YA author, and I'm very excited to give her a shot. The next one that I picked up is A Northern Light by Jennifer Donnelly, and I've heard of Jennifer Donnelly. I don't think that I've read anything by her before, but this one is about a 16-year-old girl, and it deals with murder, and it sounds like kind of like a murder mystery novel, so it sounds interesting. The next one that I picked up is Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this book. It's not that old, but I think this is about a girl who is born repeatedly and dies repeatedly in different ways, and that's pretty much all I know about it, but it does sound intriguing. Now, the next few books that I picked up are because of my childhood, and the first one is Runaway Ralph by Beverly Cleary, and Beverly Cleary was one of my all-time favorite authors as a child. I do have her Ramona Quimby box set, and I'm very excited to add this one to my collection. The next 2 that I picked up are by Roald Dahl, and one of them I remember reading a lot as a child, and that is the BFG, or the Big Friendly Giant, and I really, really loved this book, so I'm excited to reread it. I haven't read it since I was a little girl. The next one that I picked up by him is The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and 6 More. I've never heard of this, so I was kind of interested in it to see what it's about because I don't know anything about it, and I can't wait to read this. It looks very, very cute. Next one that I picked up is 100 Ghosts, A Gallery of Harmless Haunts by Doogie Horner. I've seen this around BookTube. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but I think that it's quite popular, and I thought it would be cute to have around Halloween time. It's just like little images of ghosts dressed up as different characters, like this one's a snowman, and this one's supposed to be a lamp. I just thought it was really adorable and something fun to flip through. The next few books that I have are by C.S. Lewis. I have never read C.S. Lewis before, and I know there's a lot of controversy around C.S. Lewis, and I kind of want to try to read some C.S. Lewis since I never have before, so I picked up Mere Christianity, and this one, you know, I am a Christian. I think it would just be interesting to see what this author thinks about it, because it says it brings together what Lewis sees as the fundamental truths of the religion, and I don't know, I think it'd be really interesting. The next 3 by C.S. Lewis that I picked up are part of a trilogy. The first one is Out of the Silent Planet. The second one is, I believe it's pronounced Paralandra. And the third one is That Hideous Strength. So these sound really intriguing. I think they're science fiction-y, so I'm very excited to read these. The next 2 books that I picked up are about writing, and the first one is Creating Short Fiction, A Practical Tested Approach to Unlock the Magic of Writing Within You by Damon Knight. And it seems a little bit old, but I don't think that's going to be an issue with me. I find this stuff to be very interesting, no matter how old it is. The next one that I picked up is On Writing Well, and this one's by William Zenzer, and this one is an informal guide to writing nonfiction. I don't have any books on writing nonfiction. I've never actually considered writing nonfiction, so I think this would be very interesting to try and see what I can learn from this, because I've never thought about writing nonfiction before, and that might be something that might interest me. The next one that I picked up is kind of like to try to expand my classics. You know, I always try to add more classics to the ones that I haven't read so that I have more than I need to read. And this one is The Tenant of Wildfell Hall, and this is by Anne Bronte, the other Bronte sister that we don't hear very much about, or at least I don't. I thought I'd give it a shot because I've never heard of this, and the cover is beautiful. Next one that I picked up is Stranger Than Fiction by Chuck Palahniuk. I think this has to do with his ideas and how he comes up with his ideas. I've only read one book by Chuck Palahniuk before, and that was Choke, and I hated that book. I loathed that book. I just did not like it at all. But I kind of wanted to give him another shot, see what this is about, see if it can kind of explain how he comes up with his ideas, and maybe I'll end up liking him a little bit more. At least that's what I'm hoping, because I know that he's written a lot of other books and I don't want to give up on him just yet. The next one that I picked up is called The Good Fairies of New York by Martin Millar, and this has an introduction by Neil Gaiman, which is why I grabbed it, and also because the first few sentences are very, very intriguing. It says that this story starts with two 18-inch fairies with swords and green kilts and badly dyed hair that fly through the window of the worst violinist in New York, an overweight and antisocial type named Denny, and vomit on his carpet. What? That just sounds really interesting to me. Very weird, and you know, it sounds like something that Neil Gaiman would like, so I'm very excited to read this one. The next one that I have to show you is a historical fiction, and I don't really like the title of this book because my grammar issues kind of come to mind when I read this, but the title is These Is My Words, The Diary of Sarah Agnes Prine, and I think I just said it was a historical fiction. This is by Nancy E. Turner. It sounds intriguing enough. I don't read a lot of historical fiction, but I really think that I need to give it a shot because I think I'm missing out on a lot. The next one that I picked up to kind of add to my classics is Walk in the Light and 23 Tales by Leo Tolstoy. This is a very, very good used copy, very great condition. I'm excited to read it. I've never read anything by him before, so I'm very interested to see if I will like this or not. The next one that I picked up is The Candy Colored Tangerine Flake Streamline Baby by Tom Wolfe. And if you guys know Tom Wolfe, you know that his other books are entitled kind of the same. I've never read anything by him before, but I'm very interested to read this. And I really want to read the Kool-Aid Acid Test, which I think I'm going to be getting fairly soon. And I cannot wait to see what all the hype is about. Because I had people when I worked at the library, they would ask me if we had the Kool-Aid Acid Test book, and I would always look at them really oddly, like, what is that? Because I never knew what it was, and then I looked it up and I was like, that actually sounds kind of intriguing. So I found this one, which is not in the best shape, but I definitely want to give it a shot. The next two books kind of go with expanding my horizons, and it's kind of like philosophical stuff. Well, this one is anyways, and it's called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, I think. I'm not quite sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I don't even know what this book is about. It caught my eye, to say the least. It seems very interesting. I don't know. It seems like something that I will enjoy, and it's very, very short, so I'm excited to see what this is about. The next one that I picked up is Classic Stories from Around the World, and this cover is beautiful. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's pretty. And it's got a bunch of different stories in it, obviously. It's got stories from Edgar Allan Poe and Mark Twain and Alexander Pushkin and Hans Christian Andersen, and I guarantee you I haven't read any of them. So I'm very excited to own this book now and add it to my collection, but as I'm looking at this, look how small! I'm gonna need a magnifying glass or something. I can read that. That's just tiny. But this is a very, very cool collection. I'm excited to add it to my library. The next book I have to show you is called A Fraction of the Whole by Steve Toltz, and I believe that this is a contemporary novel, and I think it deals with like family issues and things like that. I don't know too much about it, but I did read the synopsis before I purchased the book, and it intrigued me enough to pick it up. And the last two books that I have to show you, I think I got for a couple bucks each, and I own the first book in this series, and I'm trying to collect all the hardcovers without actually purchasing the whole box set because I think it's a little bit expensive, and that is A Series of Unfortunate Events. Like I said, I have the first one, and I found book 5 and book 6, and I think I paid like $4 or $5 for both of these combined, so I thought that was pretty good considering that they're hardcover, and I'm really excited to collect this whole series because I've never read it before, and hopefully I can find the rest of them in used, very good used condition like this for a couple bucks and complete my collection for this. So those are all the books that I'm going to show you in this video. I've got quite a few more to show you. So this is going to continue on later, and it will probably be in a couple of segments. I'm thinking like 3 or 4 videos because I have a problem. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you think that I should pick up any one of these books first. Let me know what your thoughts are about me kind of expanding my horizons in books and genres and what you guys think, what your favorite classic book is, things like that. Just let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss some things, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!